My name is Yuga Ono. My hobby's playing smartphone games. I play smartphone games whenever I have a little free time. And that person over there
That's really it.
is Misa Maesaki. She's very beautiful. Some say she's the best looking in this high school. She's bright, flirty, and popular with everybody. But at the same time, she's also known as the female leader behind the scenes. The reason for this is when we were still in the first grade, there was a girl at school at the time who was like a female watchdog, and apparently, a friend of Maesaki-san's was targeted by her. When her friend was harassed by the female guard, Maesaki-san went in to help and got back at her. I heard that since then, she's been feared behind her back as the lady boss behind the scenes because of her strong arms. Well, I'm not sure how much of it is true, but it was a fact that the delinquents in school were afraid of her. And then, in my senior year of high school, I was in the same class as Maesaki-san. The first time I saw her up close for the first time, she was so pretty and, well, I couldn't believe she was from the same world. I need to avoid getting involved as much as possible. I was at a school where we were allowed to bring our phones, so I was diligently playing phone games by myself, even during recess. One day after school, for me, it was the day that I'd been waiting for. The limited time campaign of the phone game that I always played had started. I played the game during recess as well as on my way home. That's why I didn't notice a scary man walking in front of me. Ow! I was walking while looking at my phone and bumped into his big back, causing me to drop my phone. Oh, I'm sorry! Ow! If all you had to say is, "I'm sorry," there'd be no need for the police, you idiot! Ah! The man lifted his leg. He was going to step on my phone! Just when I thought that, ah! He suddenly stumbled and fell. Maesaki-san? You jerk!
Run!
What? She picked up my phone, grabbed my arm, and started running as fast as she could. What? Hey! I ran as fast as I could, trying to catch up with her extremely fast legs. We turned a street corner and ran around in circles until we finally came to a busy street. There was a police box nearby. We managed to get away from that man.
Here.
With a cool face, Maesaki-san held out my phone. Thank you very much.
You won't be popular if all you do is play phone games.
After saying that, she left immediately. I should thank her properly. I was too out of breath to properly thank her, so I decided to stop by the local supermarket on my way home to buy some snacks. I thought I'd return the favor with some of my own recommended sweets, since I didn't want to overdo it. I'll go with this one. The next day, Maesaki-san was always surrounded by people, so she rarely had time alone. I approached her first thing in the morning, when her circle of friends was the smallest. Maesaki-san!
Huh? Who are you?
What? How could she not remember me? Does that mean she doesn't even recognize me as a classmate? Oh, I'm the one you helped yesterday. With my phone.
Oh, the phone game player! You were in the same class, huh? Sorry.
I was so shocked that I wanted to run away right now. But, here! This is for yesterday. I gave her the sweets, as if I was forcing them on her. Her cronies said, "What? Are you guys together?" So I ran away as fast as I could. Not even noticing Maesaki-san.
How did he know I liked this candy?
Saying that in the background. A few days after that incident, I came back to the classroom from the teacher's office after finishing my day duty. Huh? Then to my surprise, I found Maesaki-san alone in the classroom. But it didn't matter to me. Just when I was about to grab my bag and go home,
Maesaki!
a gal from the next class came in with a bang.
Huh? Who are you? Don't you dare take my boyfriend! What are you talking about?
A sudden fight. Should I go in and stop it?
My boyfriend fell for you and asked me to break up with him. You were the one who asked him out, didn't you? How am I supposed to know?
Then, all of a sudden, the gal forcefully took the phone that Maesaki-san was holding.
Stop trying to play it off.
and threw it as hard as she could!
Now you won't be able to get in touch with him. Take that!
With that, the gal walked away. Maesaki-san didn't talk back or chase after her, but silently picked up the broken phone. Are you okay? I swallowed my words mid-sentence because Maesaki-san was crying. What? Maesaki-san?
It's broken. I can't see the pictures.
I managed to calm her down as she broke down crying and listened to what she had to say. Actually, Maesaki-san's mother died last year due to illness, and this phone contained photos taken in the hospital room with her before then. But Maesaki-san wasn't good with technology, so she didn't make a backup. Can you leave this to me?
What?
I was surprised to hear such aggressive words coming from me, but I couldn't leave her crying. I may not be able to fix the phone, but I might be able to get the photos out. And I managed to retrieve the phone data after struggling with Maesaki's phone all night long. Alright. I put the photo data into an SD card and printed out the photos for Maesaki-san, who wasn't very good with technology. I was astonished to see a woman smiling next to Maesaki-san. This person. The next day, Maesaki-san, here. When I gave her the SD card and the photos, she was surprised and delighted.
Wow, thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't know how to thank you for retrieving the data from such a broken phone. You're a genius, huh?
No, I'm not a genius. I'm just a computer geek. I wasn't sure if I should tell her at this point, but I had to ask. Maesaki-san, don't you remember me?
What? You're Ono in the same class, right? What, are you still upset that I didn't remember you as a classmate before?
No, it's not that. Actually, we were in the same class for a little while in elementary school.
Huh?
My parents got divorced and changed my last name. It used to be Maeda.
Oh!
You remember? Yes. Maesaki-san and I were classmates for a very short time in elementary school. Maesaki-san had a strong sense of justice since she was in elementary school. She punished a bully when she was in the lower grades of elementary school. Her homeroom teacher, who only saw that scene, misunderstood and scolded her severely. She was so frustrated, she was crying as she walked home, but she got lost. I found her sobbing near my house and managed to quiet her down and take her home. I met Maesaki-san's mother at that time. The apple pie she offered me as a thank you was so delicious. I remembered her mother well. My parents got divorced and moved soon after, so I'd forgotten about her until I saw that picture last night.
Remember? You've changed so much since then.
Even you, Maesaki-san.
Well, I guess so.
I didn't recognize you either until I saw the picture of your mother. We found out that we were old acquaintances, but that didn't change anything. I was still the quiet one, and Maesaki-san was still the popular girl in class. Time passed, and the preparation period for the last school festival of our high school lives began. Our class was to give a presentation on stage.
Was it projection mapping? I wanted to do a presentation combining that and a dance.
Everyone was getting excited, but just because it was the last school festival didn't mean there was a place for me. Or so I thought. But who can do projection mapping? Somebody said something that changed the game.
Oh no, you're good with computers, weren't you?
What?
You're a genius. You'll definitely be able to make it.
My classmates were puzzled by me suddenly becoming the center of attention. But when I saw Maesaki-san's big smile, I couldn't say no. I'll give it a try. And I would stay up all night for days this time to make the projection mapping. I worked hard to find out how to make it on the internet and created the best I could. I did it! I still have a lot of things to reflect on, like how I should have done it better. But... oh, awesome! Yeah, Ono's amazing after all. I brought my computer to school and asked the class to look at my work during lunch break, and it was well received beyond my expectations. I thought I would never be the center of the class for the rest of my life, But here I was. Not only that,
Right? This guy is awesome.
my Saki-san's grabbing my shoulder. Is this a dream? I was so flustered, I didn't notice that I had somebody who had a grudge against me. The next hour was in a different classroom, and we were waiting for the teacher to come to the science lab. Everybody rushed out into the hallway at the sudden shout. The commotion was happening in our classroom.
Misa, what are you doing?
We rushed back there to see my Saki-san holding my computer with one hand and trying to throw a chair over with the other. A boy from my class was lying on the floor. Though the boy wasn't hurt, he was looking up at my Saki-san with a completely terrified expression on his face. We didn't know what happened, but I knew that my Saki-san was trying to protect my computer. So unintentionally, I muttered to myself, "My Saki-san, you did that for me?"
What?
Those words got a reaction from my classmate.
What's the matter, Misa? Do you like Ono? No!
My Saki-san ran away while holding my computer. My Saki-san, wait! It was hard to catch up with her. She was so fast. But I managed to catch her.
Don't come here!
My Saki-san, don't cry.
Because the computer, it's my fault.
I heard later that the boy who was lying on the floor liked Miyazaki-san. He didn't like me getting close with her recently, so he tried to smash my computer while everybody else was away in the classroom. Then Miyazaki-san returned to pick up something she had forgotten, came in, and saw the boy about to throw my computer.
What the hell are you doing?
The rest is history. Miyazaki-san immediately retrieved the computer, but it seemed that it had been thrown once and had scratches on the surface. But that was all. It's fine. I'm sure it's the same as your phone, and the data isn't damaged.
Really?
More importantly, Miyazaki-san, if you keep running around crying, you'll get lost again.
I'm not crying. I'm not lost.
Well, if you get lost again, I'll find you.
Don't get carried away, idiot.
Miyazaki-san saying that while crying was so cute, I unintentionally patted her head. She didn't seem to mind that either. And on the day of the school festival, Miyazaki-san dancing in front of the projection mapping I made was really beautiful. I'm sure it's not my imagination that her smile was directed at me. The last school festival ends tomorrow, but my love has just begun. I'm going to confess my love tomorrow, like a man.